round 10 in the HART Sapphire series for 2021, and today we are coming to you live from the Talabudgera Leisure Centre, where we've got a crackerjack match. It's fourth versus third. The Bond Bull Sharks 4 and 5 taking on the QUT Netball. They're sitting 7 and 2 in third place. Excuse me, my name is Dave Mills, joined in commentary by Queensland men's player, none other than legend Joel Billy Wise. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you very much, Dave.
Should be a great match tonight, buddy.
Yeah, it should be. Fourth versus third. A lot of competitive spirit in this game, I'm sure.
So the Bull Sharks, they are fighting their way, hanging around that fourth, fifth place. They scored 3 straight, lost a couple, bounced back last week, and they are looking good, and they've climbed their way back into fourth place. QUT sitting 7 and 2 for their 9 games that they've played, and they are showing all the signs of a championship-looking side in third place. Looking at the ladder, and we've got the QUT side there on 125 points, and behind them is the Bond Sharks, 72 points, just 1 point ahead of the Thunder, who play tomorrow. Of course, we've got 4 games, 1 tonight. We're on the road down the coast, and then we've got 3 games at Nissan tomorrow. There's the Bull Shark side. Tiana Fennell is the goal shooter. Mackenzie Jordan is the goal attack. Alana Schuster, Riley Burns, and the veteran, if you can say that of a 26-year-old, Kristen Oxenford is back at wing defence. Shanae Grant is the captain in goal defence. Ashley Magic Irvin is the goalkeeper. Leaves a bench of Emily Gilbert, Ashley Keith, Courtney Murphy. Coached by Linda Peterson, Beck Fullman is the assistant, and the manager is Deb Cairns. The big out for the coast side is Ava Black. She is unavailable for today's game. There's the QUT side, Joel.
And for QUT, in goal shooter, Alicia Adams-Tahara. Goal attack, Riley Batcheldor. In the centre third, Dakota Newson, Helena Veve, and Danielle Taylor. And goal defence, Lenora Missa, and goalkeeper, Lily Gribble. On the bench, Ella Bertocchini, Sopa Lima Lama, Tuatama Alsop, and Kiara Fitzgerald, coached by Paula Stewart.
They are indeed. The assistant, Shanoa Stockton. Sky Cater is the manager. The big out for them is Keisha Grant. She is actually, believe it or not, representing Queensland at a touch carnival. There you go, multi-skilling. The umpires for this one are Lucy Miller and Kelly Finlay, and the reserve is Ashani Bloxham. So with about a minute to go before we get started, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this great game is taking place and pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching today. So Joel, where do you think this one's won and lost, my friend?
Look, having seen a few of the QUT netball games, their defensive end for me really stands out. They've got a really dynamic goal circle, and I think that's where we're going to see a lot of the ball coming back from that end for them to get a few goals in front at the other end of the court. I also think they've got a pretty deadly combination in their shooting circle. They've got both the height of Adams-Tahara and the speed of Batcheldor, so a bit of a double act there.
Adams-Tahara coming in this one, she's 219 out of 244 at 90%. And I bet you she probably gets most of those once she misses on her own rebound anyway. And they have got the #1 shooter with regards to percentage accuracy in the league, which is an awesome effort by them. They defensively, they're pretty strong too. Lenora Missa doesn't miss much.
No, not at all.
That wasn't a pun, by the way.
She seems to have springs in her legs. Can really get up off the ground and really disrupt those passes in, and rebounding as well.
So let's just look at the team stats. So the QUT side coming to this one, they average 56 or nearly 57 goals per game, and they concede 45. The Bull Sharks only score 42 and concede 47. So there's a lot to be done for the Bull Sharks to win this one. So tell me, what's your prediction, my friend?
Look, I think this is QUT's game. I can see a double-digit win here. Double-digit. So I'm not going to commit too much more than that.
Anywhere from 10 to 99.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, you've narrowed it down there, Billy.
It's somewhere in the, I don't know, 15, 17, somewhere in that sort of vicinity, I think.
They've been pretty impressive thus far. 7 and 2. The 2 losses, once against the Jets, once against the Cougars. Next week, I think they play the Jets too, which should be a pretty exciting game. There's the umpires, as I mentioned, Lucy Miller and Kelly Finlay. And everything's in readiness, and we've had a false start there. So it looks like the QUT side through Helena Veve will get us underway. I also am predicting QUT. I saw them train through the week, and looks like they've had a late No, Newson, that's correct. I thought there was someone else at wing attack. That is Dakota Newson. I saw them train through the week. They had a bit of sickness on Wednesday. Tuesday, they looked pretty slick, so I think they will win. And I'll also say double digit. I'll actually go out and say 27.
27.
I always say 27. It's my favourite number. So the ball with the Bull Sharks. They get the first turnover. Danielle Taylor negates that, though. And it's back with the QUT side now. So looks like they're trying to post up hard. And Irvin gets a great intercept there, Joel.
She certainly did. No goals yet, and we're already, coming up for 40 seconds into the match, so it's a bit of a slow start.
It is indeed, and Fennell will try and correct that, forces it in. It's picked up by Misa, and QUT with it again. Bit of ping-pong netball at the moment, going backwards and forwards. So, of course, we are in the hub at Cooperoo, and
there's that height of Adams Tahara.
He can't coach height, Joel, and she gets the first one. So they lead 1-0. Don't forget, you can join us anytime you want through the Facebook page, HART Sapphire Series. You can watch all the games back on our YouTube channel throughout the week on the Sapphire Series YouTube channel. So drop us a line, ask Joel a question about men's netball. He's got all the answers. And tell us where you are in the world, where you're watching from. As Adams Tahara gets a second one. So she's 2 from 2. And QUT netball, after that slowish start, as you pointed out, now starting to click, Joel. So
certainly are.
Back, of course, QUT in the orange. They're going from right to left of your screen. The Bond University Bull Sharks will be going from left to right in the blue and yellow. Great to see Oxenford back in the scene. She played 103 games, retired after 103 games last year, and then now she's back. Obviously replacing Ridley, who unfortunately did a knee. So Bachelor gets us underway. The old fake pass to no one. And Oxenford, the aforementioned Oxenford, picks it up. So must score here, I think, the Bull Sharks, just to get that settler. And
good movement down the side there.
Fennell steps in. That's brave on Lily Gribble and Lenora Missa, but she gets the goal. And that's the first for the Coast. So they get a chance to tie it up here. Here's this sort of like a box zone that they currently play on the QUT side. And Helena Veve leading it out the front. They find the pocket. And looks like Jordan will have her first. No, she swings it onto Schuster. Oh, quick hands from Jordan. A bit too quick, though. It's picked off there by Misa. Got a hand in there. A little bit rushed there, Joel.
Well, as I said, Lenora Misa, very quick, very good read on the game in defence as well.
So, Dakota Newson, the youngest player in the team, grabs the ball. She drives straight across court, across all 3 channels. They find Bachelor now. Oh, clash of bodies there between Magic and the Ferrari. Bachelor shoots and gets her first, so she's away. It's not a good sign for the Bull Sharks. Like Bachelor starts lighting up. So they lead 3-1 QUT early stages in this first quarter. So, Irvin does it again. She's got quite a good elevation and long limbs.
Exactly, yeah. Said you can't teach height, you also can't teach reach, I don't think.
That is true.
Either got it or you don't.
Coast looking to capitalise on this turnover, but unfortunately they throw away. Burns couldn't pull that one in, and Lily Gribble gets us going. Of course, Lily named in the 19s last weekend. Got a presentation, the dress presentation at the Firebirds game. So here go QUT, being very patient through the mid-third. Bachelor looks in, it's not on. Has to go back to Verver. She throws one in that Adams Tahara can't pull in. We don't often say that.
I feel like that pass was just a little too early, a little forced.
Too early, and yeah, probably just even fractionally high for her. So Jordan with it now. Burns looks in. Again, Jordan does well, drives. She's just outside the circle. Bull Sharks' patience here. Again, eventually they find Jordan again. She's going to have her first shot now. And converts. So missed opportunities here for QUT. They've had a chance to pull away. Bull Sharks fighting hard. They get it back to 3-2, Joel. Great start.
It certainly is. It's very much end-to-end, though. There's turnovers happening both ends here.
Speaking of turnovers, Veve there gets a hand to that one. Picked up by Danielle Taylor. And here they go again, the QUT side. They're scoring off the other person's turnovers, but not scoring off their own centres at the moment. So, Adams Tahara, nice stretch, pulls it in, shoots and scores. And she goes about her merry way. Best percentage in the league. Adams Tahara shooting at 90% for the season, 219. That is, every way you look at it, pretty impressive.
Good baseline drive there from Bachelor.
Bachelor shoots again, misses this time, but Adams Tahara with the rebound. Bachelor
and sinks it again.
She's 186 of 249 at 75% coming into this one. So it's a pretty impressive front end, as you mentioned in the pre-game. You said they had a great front end, and well, there you go. Those stats don't lie. So, of course,
another turnover.
Got two shooters sitting on the bench tonight. Sapo Lima Loma Tutayama Elsop and Ella Bertakini, who is a former Bull Shark. So if she gets out there, she'll be playing against her former side. So QUT 5-2. They fire it in. They find Adams Tahara all too easy. And despite the efforts of Irvin and Grant, she scores again. She's 5 from 5.
Nice long pass into Adams Tahara. So convert again.
It's an easy form of netball when you can do that, Billy.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
So you're a pretty tall lad yourself. You'll be getting a few high balls in there when you play.
I don't mind a few high balls, but I do prefer to move a little bit more than to rely on the high ball.
You're a bit of a mover and a shaker.
I'd like to think so, at least.
Fennell with it now. Shoots from distance. Misses on this occasion. Jordan McKenzie, will it be replay? It is. Just a little bit loose on the hands. And Lily Gribble will get us underway again. And that's a great pass. Beautifully pulled in by Taylor. So, Newson, of course, has the start with Keisha Grant out. So, relishing her opportunity. Youngest player in the league, as we've mentioned many times. At just 15 years of age. Oh, and she's been contacted there, but falls into the circle. They've called her for offside. She's not out of play. And the Bull Sharks, they keep it alive well through. That looked like it was Jordan. Fennell with it now. Late change. Jordan was programmed to start at shooter. They swapped Fennell and Jordan around. So the ball with game on, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
it's a great first quarter to her.
Okay.
That's why we call her Magic. So 8-3 at present.
We just heard Bull Sharks playing too fast, but they're still persisting with that.
So it's true, you make a good point. Obstruction here, looks like Gilbert, who's come on at wing defence, is called for the obstruction. So changes happening from both teams. Gilbert on a former teammate in Bertakini, and loose pass. Irvin keeps it in beautifully. Magic by name, magic by nature. Gilbert fires it up. Looks like we're playing on the blue lines. As you can see, there's a fairly heavily marked court. I think that's the pale blue lines that we're playing on. And Oxenford, she's gone to centre by the looks of it. And another turnover, Joel.
Another turnover. Ball's coming back down yet again.
It's starting to hurt the Bull Sharks. You wouldn't want to give QUT too many more chances, but QUT don't mind throwing it away themselves at the moment.
That's true. It's definitely not one-way traffic here. It's going both ways.
So lots of errors at the moment, both sides. Schuster with it now, fires it across, and loose hands again. So here comes the ball, and QUT, it's only going to be a matter of time, and they'll click, and then they'll put some distance between themselves and Bull Sharks if the Bull Sharks continue with this high volume of turnover. Adams Tahara holds the ball in one hand. And, cops one in for troubles there from Grant, gives one back. So, Bachelor with it. And gets the ball knocked out. So both players out now, Irvin and Grant. So it should be an easy chance here for the QUT side. It is indeed. So 9-4. The QUT just doing enough, really. Not playing spectacularly, are they, Joel?
I agree. Pretty good assessment, that, Millsy.
One of the best, Joel. One of the best.
Well, you don't have to tell me that.
So contact call here on Taylor. Gives Schuster a chance. He fires it across. Back to Schuster. Looks in. There's nothing happening in the circle. There it is now. Fennell gets the rotation going. Opens up beautifully for Jordan, who makes no mistake. When she gets the ball, she's got a lovely shot. Mackenzie Jordan. She's sitting at 3 from 4. So they're there with it. Has to go all the way back to Nissa, but we've got an obstruction call. It looks like Gilbert out of play. Of course, fun fact, Gilbert's brother Tom plays for the North Queensland Cowboys.
Oh.
Saw him running around last night in their narrow loss. So, big sporting family. Shot there from Adams Tahara. And QUT doing it easy at the moment, 10-5. A long pass here to no one. Oh, Gribble gets a fingertip on it. There was no one there. She knows she shouldn't have touched it. The call's gone her way anyway. That's a very lucky call for QUT.
Very lucky call. There was a clear touch on that ball. And even Gribble's response.
Yeah, she put her hands to her head. She was
gave herself up.
Frustrated that she touched it. Ooh, loose hands there from Oxenford on Verveer.
Good hold from Adams Tahara there.
She does that well. And scores again. So, 8 from 8 for the shooter from QUT. She's got 8 of the 11. And QUT just working around. Another obstruction call here. That one's on Fennell. Come down to help out. Nope, sorry, Gilbert. So she's attracting a bit of whistle at the moment. From behind, Irvin. Looks clean from here, but we are about, what, 85 kilometres away?
That distance does make it a little harder to judge.
So, pass off. From close range. Adams Tahara passed off, and now they turn it over. So, having a bit to do with Paula this year through my connections with QUT, I don't think she's going to be super happy with what she's seeing right now.
No.
So, back with another turnover there to the Bull Sharks. Lucky we don't keep that stat, Joel.
Maybe we should.
So, lots of the QUT GBNL side watching at the moment. I can see them there. Hello to them. And a few of the Jets have a little sneaky watch there. Captain of the Jets, Stephanie's watching as well. So, you can join us. Drop us a line. Tell us where you are in the world. As Adams Tahara misses one. That's her first miss. 8 from 9 she now has. So can the Bull Sharks score off this turnover? They've been given plenty of opportunities in this quarter, Joel.
They have indeed, but just not converting, not valuing the possession enough, I don't think.
So Mackenzie Jordan missed that one. Of course, Jordan's gone to shooter now. Fennell's gone to goal attack. So that's going to really bugger up my statistics, Joel. And Joel, there's been another turnover this time at QUT. It's a turnover-a-thon at the moment.
It certainly is. I feel that if we were keeping stats for the turnovers, I think you'd probably find that they're a lot closer than the score actually is.
I think we would have. I think we would have run out of ink on the pen. So another turnover here. We've got a caution this time. Caution's on Oxenford. So it must be persistent, and Oxenford gives it a thumbs up. And smart play by Oxenford because time runs out. So QUT don't get the shot off. It was a difficult quarter. Joel, 11-5 QUT. It's a quarter that's been flagged by turnovers, my friend.
I absolutely. That seems to be the defining characteristic of that quarter. 11-5, not a particularly high-scoring quarter. But yeah, certainly end-to-end. A lot of ball coming through that centre court quite repeatedly throughout each centre pass. So
the timeout was taken at 7-3. Since then, it's been 4-2 in favour of QUT. It was a Bull Sharks timeout, so QUT still with theirs to use in the half. There's Paula Stewart. That's a cranky Paula Stewart, let me tell you. She's not very happy with the way her team is performing at the moment. Don't forget, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank HART Sports, our major and principal sponsor. Legasic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin and Powerade. They are our major partners. And of course, Bondi Vite and Strap It are the official partners. The team at Double Take Sport, Gina and her team are bringing you all the pictures. And let me tell you, it was a little bit dicey there. We had a little technical issue, but Gina did brilliantly. And here we are now, all fired up and bringing the pictures to you. Of course, you can join us, HART Sapphire Series Facebook page, anytime you want. For all the news, views, interviews and statistics now. We've got some stats up. Go to the sapphireseries.com.au webpage. There's the QUT Ruby side. They're looking pretty joyous there. Must have had a win. So some good players there. Coached a couple of those girls. So, of course, Sharneen Benstead there. You'd know her from the Suns. Speaking of the Suns, mate, you played last weekend and wasn't a real good weekend for Queensland, mate.
No, it wasn't.
Those damn New South Wales people beat us.
I think all 3 divisions down 2-1.
We don't want to talk about that. Yeah.
No. But, I mean, it was good to get the competition and to develop throughout that weekend as well. We
promoted it pretty hard through this platform as well, through the HART Sapphire series, through my commentary, and I just want to thank the viewers. 36,000 viewers last week, Game 3, straight off the Firebirds game. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that is a record for a men's game of netball, not just in Queensland, I'm talking worldwide. 36,000 unique IP addresses, so we thank you for your support. And it was a real tick of approval of men's netball. Maybe men's netball's finally here to stay, Joel.
I certainly hope so. There's a lot of talent out there, and we need to make sure we've got the opportunity to showcase it.
Indeed we do. So put your coach's hat on, my friend. You're the Bull Sharks coach. What are you saying to your troops?
Got to cut down those turnovers. Have to, as was said in the timeout, get the defenders moving a bit more to make those entries into the goal circle a little bit easier.
So you are a coach too, yeah? You coach
just very new, very
Western
new.
Districts, is that right?
Yeah, for the Raiders Club.
Raiders?
Yep, just my second season there.
Enjoying it?
Thoroughly enjoying it. Coming to the end of my playing days, so it's nice to still be involved in a different aspect.
You're moving into coaching, are you?
I can see myself doing that.
Let me just don't do it. The stress. Before I start coaching, no grey hairs, my friend. So I looked a very youthful 22, and look at me now, I look 75. So there's the Bull Sharks there. It looks like the assistant coach is having a bit to say as well. That's Beck Fullman. So having a chat to the team, sort of had the old whiteboard out. So that's never a good sign when they pull the whiteboard out, Joel.
No.
So you know you're in trouble when you see the whiteboard coming out quarter time.
Could we see how many lines were drawn on it and how heavy those lines were? That's another good indicator.
Yeah, the thickness of the line determines the frustration. So big shout out to Hillary Collins Manders. She's joining us as well. Very good friend of mine. So Bull Sharks get us underway, and they are down 11-5 at the moment. So with it all to do, of course, 2 competition points now to the QUT side. That takes them up to 127, just 2 points behind second at the moment, but the Jets do play tomorrow. We'll talk about tomorrow's games a little bit later. Let's talk shooting stats, Joel. Alicia Adams-Tahara, she was 8 out of 9 for that quarter. Riley Batchelador, 3 out of 4. That's their 11. And for the Bull Sharks, combined, they swap positions as Fennell gets her first at goal shooter. She's gone back to goal shooter. Combined for them, it is 5 out of 8. So, because they swap positions there. So Fennell gets us underway with the first one. Good start for the Bull Sharks.
It is. They needed to get back on the board there.
So Adams-Tahara looking to answer.
And she does.
And as she so often does, she does indeed. And the Irvin family is watching their assumed daughter run around. So, mate, the Facebook tells me you're also watching. You're sitting beside me. Have you turned it on, have you?
Have indeed.
Want to hear your own voice. Well done, sir. You sound fantastic. So another goal here to the Bull Sharks. That's Fennell. She starts with 2 from 2. Look like there's a bit more purpose in the Bull Sharks. That's a footwork call on Newson. It is indeed. Just put the ground a foot down.
Newson back into wing attack.
So now Irvin gets us underway again. So Juliet Wise is watching.
That would be my mum.
Your mum.
It is indeed.
Watching from Ferny Hills.
That's it.
So hello, Mrs. Wise. So a turnover here. Looks like a contact call on Fennell. Ball back with QUT, Gribble and Fairwear working well. Back
Good
to
pressure
Gribble.
on defence by the Bull Sharks here.
They've certainly come out with a different intent in the second quarter, Joel.
I have indeed.
So 12-7.
QUT are having to work a bit harder here to get the ball down court.
So Newson with it.
Lots of passes back.
Eventually they go long, and Irvin, it's a brave person to go over Irvin. She thought she had it and gets a clarification from the umpire that she didn't. And it'll fall to Adams-Tahara. Misses uncharacteristically, gets her own rebound. She doesn't often miss 2 in a row. And this is one of those occasions where she doesn't miss 2 in a row. So, good shot there. Not a lot of height difference there between Irvin and Adams-Tahara. We think of Adams-Tahara as one of the tallest in the league, but Irvin's not giving away too many centimetres.
This would have to be one of the only matchups where Adams-Tahara doesn't have the height advantage. or doesn't have a significant height advantage at least.
So we've got a new GA on for the Bull Sharks. I'm going to say could be Courtney Murphy. It's Burns. Probably Courtney Murphy wearing Burns' uniform, I'd say. And Fennell scores there. If someone is on the coast and correct me, that would be great if I haven't got that player right. So they fire across the circle. Veer finds Adams Tahara. One-handed, Joel.
One-handed.
As casual as you like. Left-handed to boot.
She has been taking a few of those one-handed. I suppose the ones that she's been getting are a little bit more where she's posting up. But that
one had some heat on
circle.
It. So ball back with now Schuster. Looks down. Fennell. Oxenford. They go long. Fennell with it on the outside.
The QT defence now putting the pressure on.
They play a box zone, a Kiwi zone, whatever you want to call it, and they definitely clog up the top of the key. It is quite hard to break through because it collapses on you. If you try and come punch through the middle, as a lot of clubs do, it tends to collapse on you. So Schuster's out of play. And looks like another caution being given, is it? I think that was maybe a warning to Schuster this time. So that's Schuster's on one, Oxenford's on one. So long pass across, QT now. And Adams Tahara with it, close to the post. Will she shoot? She does, and scores.
Rolls it in.
And another ball. This time it goes to the Shark side. Another turnover. It's 15-8. Okay, Julie Prendergast, thank you. It's Rula Burns. She's not actually listed on my team sheet. The goal attack is Riley Burns. There you go. So it is Riley Burns.
Bit of an autocorrect issue there by the
Didn't recognise her. It is now that I see her face. So, didn't know Riley Burns played GA. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, there you go. How embarrassed are we? And her hair looks a little lighter. I think the hair got me. So, so Fennell gets a goal there. Thank you, Julie, for that. And Burns at GA. I don't think that move has happened this year. Steps in. Well, it should happen more often, Joel. That was pretty good. You'd be proud of that shot.
That looked very comfortable.
Being a Joel GA yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely Riley Burns. Thank you for the... We're getting flogged with comments now. We've got it now. So, back with QUT, 15-10. Steps across and gets another one. Adams Tahara missed one earlier, but hasn't missed many since. It's 16-10. We've got 9 to play in the second quarter. The margin was 6 at quarter time, so a much better effort by the Bull Sharks in the second quarter.
Managed to maintain that 6-goal deficit.
So
haven't fallen further behind.
Finds Fennell. Riley Burns wants it, doesn't get it. Oh, contact here. Misser landed in a space. Another fake. So, shot there by Fennell. She does a lot of work. She's playing GS tonight. Has a new GA partner in Riley Burns with her. Shoots long and scores. That's with range for Adams Tahara.
I feel like she is taking a few more shots from further out than I've seen her in the past.
It's probably something opposition teams don't want to see. She develops range in a game as well. At least when you know she's posting up like that, you know what you've got to defend. But if she adds something else to a game, that becomes all that little bit more complex.
That's right.
So
they've already got a fairly effective combination with Riley Batchelor in there as well.
Yeah.
So then add another element.
You're quite happy for Batchelor to take the long bombs as she's about to here, it appears. And she does, but gets an obstruction call from Grant.
Doesn't miss the second one.
Yes, so don't give it 2 chances would be the advice. So Schuster with it now, looks down, finds Burns at the GA spot. Centre is Oxenford. Draws a foul on Gribble, so Fennell steps in, passes off, but went over the top of Misser, and as many teams have found, you don't do that.
No, not
a lot of success.
Unfortunately, just couldn't keep her feet there.
So, and we have a contact call here. Gribble again out of play. So Burns passes off. Fennell, does the old Millsy shuffle, gets it in close, but it went out. Probably shouldn't have done the shuffle so close to the baseline. And here go QUT. Their transition hasn't been super flowing tonight. This one is better. As I say that, Batchelor throws it straight to her crew, warming up in the corner. So the Bull Sharks with an opportunity to bring it back. So, Oxenden hangs onto it and hangs onto it a little bit too long.
She had a good drive there coming up from the goal circle.
Looked like she was ready for it. Oxenden just held it back. Of course, Oxford hasn't done pre-season with this side, so she's come in late as a replacement for Ridley, who injured herself.
Great
she answered the call. The youngster fires it in, finds the other youngster in Batchelor, who drains the shot. Of course, Riley was in the com box last week with me. So
another one in the Queensland under-19 side.
Yeah, there's a few. The shooting end for that Queensland 19 side is unbelievably strong. So Batchelor looks long. It gets an obstruction call on. Is that Keefe's come on? I think it is. So she drains the shot. And it looks like we have a timeout. Paula's going to use her timeout at 21 to 11. 21 to 11. She calls a timeout. The margin is 10. And with 5:44 to play in the second, Paula Stewart calls a timeout. We'll try and listen in. Again, Joel, what are you saying if you're Paula Stewart? Would you be happy with your second quarter?
I think it'd be happier than the first. Still a bit of room for improvement, though. Still a few turnovers here and there.
So not as high a turnover rate as the first quarter.
No, certainly not.
So, and
I want to see that still pushing on through. You're doing really well. That change of direction, but making sure still want to have the hard angle. Sometimes you're running 45 away from the balls. I want to either to the ball or ball side. Okay, so it's like this. Yep. All right. And sometimes you're running away when it's here. So you're still doing 45, but it's across the court. So I want to be here. Yeah. So making sure it's like, okay, I'm going to go here, but you've still change of direction, so you're going out wide, taking it for about 4 steps, and then you're hitting in is really good. Nora, can you go goalkeeper? Can you go goal defence?
So some changes coming for the QUT side. Looks like they're changing the defensive end, but spent a lot of time there with the wing attack. Just talking about change of direction, Joel.
Yeah, coming through that centre third, I think. As you mentioned earlier, the movement of the ball through that centre third and into the goal third for QUT, just not flowing as well as it could.
So the Bull Sharks there having a chat again. They're playing better, but unfortunately the margin's blown out. They're actually down by 4 in this quarter with 5:44 to play. They need to hang on to 4th place with the Thunder playing tomorrow. We'll just talk about tomorrow's games. Billy, it's an early start tomorrow. We're up early. We're starting at 10 a.m. at Nissan Arena. And it's the Jets taking on the Mendy Rays. 10 a.m. That's just, I'll have sleep in my eyes still. At 12, we've got Tigers and Cougars. And the Thunder in the big one, they need to get back into 4th. So the Thunder are playing the Wildcats at 2 p.m. So that will be, all games are on the Facebook page, except for the Tigers game. That's the match of the round. Tigers v Cougars. That's the Courier Mail match of the round. You have to go to their platform for that one. So ball back now with the Bull Sharks.
I don't think Paula Stewart will be happy about that one. I think it was a breaking call straight out of the timeout.
The coach killer.
Coach killer.
So Riley Burns.
And they're bad at the worst of times, but straight after a timeout, it's not when you want to see that sort of call.
No good time for one. You just noticed there that was a Mizuno momentum shift on the Riley Burns goal. She seems to be thoroughly enjoying herself in goal attack at the moment. So. And there she's on the baseline. Tried to go over. Is that Taylor?
Danielle Taylor back into goal defence.
So Miss has gone to keeper. Taylor to goal defence.
Good defensive pressure there from Missa.
It was indeed. It looks like Fitzgerald's come in at wing defence.
Big step in. And Danielle Taylor with hands over. Unable to get the rebound though.
So Taylor does enough to miss the first. Can't pull in the rebound as you said. So QUT back. So 2 goals to the Bull Sharks since the timeout. Another turnover here.
There.
Coach Stewart won't be happy. They only lead the quarter by 2 now. This goal here will cut it back to 3 their centre next. Bull Sharks might be able to get some competition points. And we've got looks like an offside.
Call.
Offside in the circle. Wing attack, Schuster call for it. So QUT get another chance.
Now, Millsy, Christy Bradley's asked how tall the QUT shooter is. I'm guessing she means Adams Tahara. Do we have stats on her height?
I got a feeling, and just don't correct me, like I could be wrong. I read some pre-season stuff, and I thought she was 197. So I'll try and find that out in the halftime break. I'll just flick on the QUT site and have a look. So I thought it was 197 because I thought her and Charlie Bell are 1 centimetre difference, and Bell's 196.
I thought Bell was 197.
Well, there you go. I might have it the wrong way around. There's 1 centimetre difference.
Bell's got 3 centimetres on me.
Oh, bragging a bit there, my friend.
No, the other way.
I think you've all got about 30 centimetres on me. So Fennell shoots and scores.
I have to admit I am mildly intimidated by any woman that's taller than me. Not ashamed to admit it.
Well, there you go. So 21-14. It's 3-0 to the Bull Sharks since the timeout. The timeout was QUT's, of course.
Yes.
So margin is 7. It's only 1 to diff for the quarter, and Irvin got it. Ripped it out of her hands. Adams Tahara's hands. Throwing with QUT. That was brilliant effort by Irvin. Oh, fumbled there by Adams Tahara. Shoots. Scores. We got 2:43 to play.
Adams Tahara there.
Big one. Sorry.
Nice little shimmy.
Shimmy shammy.
Can't say that I've seen her with that sort of shimmy before. Again, adding more to her game. It's turning into a very dangerous goal shooter.
In round 10, 4 rounds to go, and then we hit the finals. So Fennell shoots, just misses, and Missa grabs it, rips it in, and here go QUT again.
Missy's got great timing on that jump. Just waits for that second to third second.
She'd have the, I think she'd have the biggest elevation in the league. She just gets up so high. So.
And that then would play on the minds of the shooters too, knowing that you've got a hand that's going to be reaching up even higher.
I had Lily Cubby with me a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying that they talk about it, don't throw over Laura Missa. You know, so it's a thing that coaches know about, and they try and avoid from happening. But she's got such elevation, she just gets up and over, and as we've already seen tonight, can actually swat the ball out of the shooter's hands on the way up. So, and Tahara Adams gets another one. We'll be saying that a lot tonight. So.
Actually, I don't think we will. We're saying Adams Tahara gets another one, not Tahara Adams.
Oh, there you go. So
just to correct that one.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
All good.
So the ball back with QUT now. And Riley Bachelador
shoots long again. Nice rebound by Adams Tahara. Positioned himself well.
So the ball is with the Bull Sharks. They've come out of this timeout reasonably well, but now the QUT side have fought back, so it's back to 10. That was the margin at the timeout, 21-11. So, and Verver, there's another one that's in pretty incredible elevation. So, buddy, we were both wrong. Alicia Adams Tahara, according to the website, 194.5 centimetres.
194.5?
It's only little.
Half a centimetre tall.
Little tacker.
I'm going to have to go up and stand beside her and just evaluate that measurement.
Of course, if you just have a look at the HART Sapphire Series website page, you click on teams, and there's lots of player profiles and for all the players that are playing in the league. And not just our league, it's in the Ruby as well, so great advertisement for all the players. So they fire it across now. Newson, the youngest in the league, gets it now. Eventually it falls to Adams Tahara. Oh, contact here. And steps in. Irvin blocks out well, but doesn't stop the shot. And that's just before half-time. A vital goal to the QUT side. They extend their margin. It was 6 at the break of quarter time. It's now 12, so they've doubled their lead, 26-14. Joel, what are your thoughts on the first half?
It's good to see in that second quarter that the turnovers did sort of slow up a little bit. There was still quite a few there. And again, a bit of end-to-end netball. As I said, I think that defensive end of the QUT team, they're just very strong, and a lot of pressure over the shot, a lot of pressure getting the ball into the circle as well.
So second half was only about 4 minutes away, and we will come back after these very brief messages from our sponsors.
Did you know that majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court? Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
Welcome back to the HART Sapphire Series for 2021. It's round 10 coming to you live from the Tallabudra Leisure Centre. My name is Dave Mills, joining commentary by Queensland men's superstar Joel Wise. Joel, we've got the first of 4 games this weekend. We've got the Bull Sharks sitting in 4th, taking on the 3rd place QUT Netball. Billy, it's been all QUT really, 26-14 halftime score.
Yeah, it really has. They've very much had their way with this game. They've turned it over a few times themselves, but been able to dictate to the Bull Sharks more than anything.
Adams Tahara, the difference at the moment?
Yeah, look, I think the Bull Sharks' defence are doing well to get their hands on a few balls here and there, but she's certainly a very hard one to defend, and some of those passes into her are just way too easy.
So Irvin doing the best job she can, but Tahara Adams is still looking pretty impressive.
Just did it again, Millsy. Adams Tahara.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for that. There's our umpires, of course. That is Lucy Miller and Kelly Finlay. They are the umpires for tonight, and the reserve is Shani Bloxham. So they're doing a top job too. There is the aforementioned
Adams Tahara.
Thank you. So I'm not sure what that is. Is it
the
chicken wing? Or
maybe she's thinking it's getting a bit few elbows being thrown around.
She might have heard I've got a name the wrong way around. That's what she's going to do to me next time she sees me. So, of course, don't forget, this is just game 1 of 3 for this weekend, round 10. It's a great round. Tomorrow they've got the USQ Jets from 10 a.m. at the Nissan Arena taking on the Mendy Rays. They're in town. The Tigers in the Courier Mail match, they're taking on the Cougars from 12. I'll be joined for that one with, I believe, Hannah Davies. And the USC Thunder, they are at 2 p.m. taking on the Wildcats. The Thunder need to get back to winning ways. They're slipping down the ladder a little bit, currently coming into this round in 5th place. After a great start to the season, they won their first 3. They just sort of had a few injury problems, a few players getting called up to the Lightning, so they need to get back into the groove of things with a win tomorrow. So 3 games of netball. We're on air from just before 5 to 10, coming to you live from Nissan Arena. If you want tickets, you can get your backside courtside for all of those games. Just go onto the sapphireseries.com.au and get a ticket. Don't forget, Nissan Arena is a cashless venue due to the COVID safe practices. It is a cashless venue, so don't bring your wheelbarrow full of money. Just turn up with your phone or your credit card, and we go from there. So thank you again to our sponsors, HART Sports, the principal sponsor, Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, whom you see there with the Mizuno Momentum Shifts, Mount Franklin, I drink plenty of their stuff, and Powerade are the major partners. Bondi Vite keeps me healthy, and Strap It are the official partners. Do you use a bit of strap it tape, buddy?
No, I'm actually not a fan of strapping tape. I have used it in some instances where I've absolutely needed to, coming back from injury.
And you use the Strap It brand, I hope.
Oh, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's where I was going with that.
A little slow on the uptake tonight.
Yeah,
sorry, Millsy.
First time in the box. So, bit of a segue there. But anyway, there's a QT side. Paula Stewart, that's not the happiest Paula Stewart I've ever seen. So, oh, there you go. Maybe a bit of a smile there for Veve.
I did think she was happier in that second quarter timeout than she was at the quarter time break, though.
Yeah, true.
Having that lead starting to build a little, I think would have been something she was
Now they're doing
liking.
a bit of dancing here, so it's always good. Stepping out to the nightclubs. They're on the coast. Maybe they'll go to one of the nightclubs down the coast.
Perhaps.
So, Lily Gribble, Newson won't. She's way too young. She'll be going home to do her homework, I hope. So. But you're a teacher yourself, aren't you?
I am indeed.
What's the Joel Wise story? Teacher? You're a science teacher?
I'm a
is that
teacher,
right?
physics.
Physics?
Yep, that's right.
And you're into your astronomy.
So 17, 18 years now.
17 or 18 years of physics teaching.
Exactly.
Jeepers.
Yep.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So, do you watch The Big Bang Theory?
I do,
Is
yes.
that true or false?
Well, I actually like the humour of that for two reasons. One, just the sitcom kind of humour, but then two, all the physics humour behind it as well. So I kind of get the two levels of humour that come through that show.
Unlike us Dumbos, who only get the very obvious jokes. So there's Oxford. She's coming into the centre. She wants the ball, wants to get us going. So it's all to be done here for the Bull Sharks, 26-14. Do you coach in school netball as well?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I teach at a boys' school, so
Well,
no netball
opportunity
there yet.
soon, my friend.
Yeah, hopefully.
There's a boys' division in the Vicky Wilson Cup. Get your team in. So Burns again. This time she is at... Hang on, there's been a complete change here. Unless my eyes deceive me, that is Irvin playing GS. And it is indeed Irvin, and she crashes into Misa. Fennell's gone to goal attack. Burns is at wing attack. Oxenford's the centre. This is a big change here for the Bull Sharks, my
Certainly
friend.
is. They're obviously looking to really change things up to try and have some sort of
They're
impact.
doing a high court press at the moment. That's working until Newson just sped through there. And got it to Adams Tahara. Gilbert's at wing defence. It looks like Keefe at GD and Grant at keeper. Well, that is a lot of changes there.
It certainly is. I can't help but think that the not having Irvin in goalkeeper might actually play to QUT's advantage. It's
Grant,
that height advantage.
Yeah, Grant
Adams
will
Tahara
do well.
seems
Like,
to-
she's a good keeper, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Irvin was picking a few balls off
Yeah, absolutely.
Adams Tahara. And, yeah, I'm not sure what the thinking is there. Maybe they're trying to put the height at the other end.
Yeah,
But it's the old coaching thing. Do you weaken a strength to strengthen a weakness? You know,
Exactly,
it's,
yeah.
It's a $64 million question.
wondering if they are trying to fight fire with fire, having the tall shooter.
Yeah, but...
And there is Irvin with a hand in the air looking for that pass in.
Well, she moves like a shooter. That was brilliant. Passes off well. So, but having said that, like, yes, Irvin's got some height, but then you've got the elevation of Misa and Lily Gribble, who's got some hops on her as well.
Exactly.
So Irvin going to do it at both ends for the team tonight. She was brilliant at keeper on Adams Tahara, and right now she's doing it at shooter. So we've seen two people that don't normally play shooter for the Bull Sharks in that shooting end.
It'd be interesting to know if they've actually trained in those positions.
So
Whether it's an option that they have had up their sleeve for this sort of moment.
it's interesting, isn't it? Because we've talked about the Bull Sharks. You know, they're a young developing side. They're thereabouts. They're going to maybe make the top four, maybe just miss out. It depends where the season finishes. But we've always felt for the last couple of years they're probably just one big shooter short. Like if you look at the Jets, they've got Charlie Bell.
Absolutely.
You look at the Cougars. Well, Riley Holland isn't the tallest person in the world, but she moves really well. But you got Reekers, who's tall. Then you go down to QT. They've got Adams Tahara. So every of the big teams, the teams that are really contending for the championship, they've all got a tall in there.
Exactly.
You know,
And that
so-
does seem to be the way the game's going these days, to have that tall shooter.
Yes. So stepped in and did a great job there, Keefe, in preventing that shot from Adams Tahara. Gilbert throws a long, long pass, matched even longer by Oxenford, but unfortunately it goes out. It was a bit of a John Elway pass. So
John Elway reference.
there you go. There's the reference.
Not quite sure the audience will necessarily understand that one.
Maybe I should have said the other guy. Who's the one married to Gisella?
Oh,
Tom Brady?
Yeah, that's the one.
I should have said that instead. Yeah. So Irvin does well here, draws the foul on Misa. So Fennell will take the shot. Irvin doesn't want to shoot, but offers. But Fennell won't miss from there. And here we go. Oh, we've got a timeout. Ball just getting thrown around. So 30-16. It's a 4-2 quarter at the moment to the QUT side. And Joel, I think
Another
we've got that
coach
coach
killer
killer. Linda Peterson will be fuming.
I have to admit, as a player, I didn't quite understand the significance of the coach killer, but now being on the coaching side, I absolutely understand.
It's hard as a coach. It's just hard to accept that. You just wait for the whistle, then you go.
Exactly.
It's a very simple thing. So as QT score again, 31-16, margin 15. It's just starting to pull away a little bit here for the Bull Sharks. They had a slow start in the first quarter. They've dug deep since then. But the Ferrari, that was just a brilliant pass into Adams Tahara.
You notice from Veve that she often it's just catch, turn, pass. She knows that she's got that height in the circle and knows that so long as she's putting it into space, then 9 times out of 10, Adams Tahara is going to pull that one in.
She's got incredible silky skills. That's the best way to describe her. Like, I call her the Ferrari because she just glides down the court.
Great.
Speaking of gliding down the court, that is quite brilliant as well. But again, QT throw it away. This time I think it was Newson. The transition a little bit too quick.
Looked like Newson didn't even bother landing there, just trying to get the ball off as quickly as she could.
Trying to do a ver-ver. It didn't quite work. So Adams Tahara working hard in defence now, using that height. Falls to Oxenford. Burns fires it across. They're definitely missing Ava Black this week, aren't they?
Certainly are, yes.
The current Katie Walker medalist. Ooh, Gribble nearly pickpocketed that out. Fennell turned her body the wrong way into the defender. She shoots and scores. So Bull Sharks margin 15, 9:40 to play. QUT with it now. Of course, this is a big game for the Bull Sharks. If they could get some competition points, they put a bit of pressure on the Thunder, who are sitting in 5th place, just behind them, 1 point coming into this round. Thunder play tomorrow. And Tigers in 6th. They're on 47 competition points. So they're still able to make it as well. I was at the Tigers training through the week. They are looking pretty sharp. They're up for this game. They're playing the Cougars tomorrow. It'll be a toughie, but they are up for this one.
Cougars are always a tough matchup.
So is that over a third? No, not called. So QUT with it. Adams Tahara from range doesn't take it. I thought we were going to see a long bomb.
The range isn't quite that far.
Through to a double team. That was good work there by Grant. She just hung off enough to confuse the space. Made it look like it was on when it wasn't. And then attacked the ball. So Gilbert with it. They're going down this left-hand side. So there's Keefe. Doing a good job.
2-on-1 in the circle.
And Fennell. Misses, unfortunately. Irvin can't get the rebound.
Now, have we seen Irvin put up any shots?
Not according to my very poor statistics, no. So maybe she's in there for the rebounds. Here we go. She's positioned. She keeps wanting the ball, but it doesn't come to her. Fennell's been shooting well. First one on it, but Gribble did enough to get the ball away. Swings down the other end, and Adams Tahara will get a second chance. Both players out now. That's another coach kill, the obstruction in the circle. Never quite understood that one either. So
sometimes defenders just a little bit too eager. That's why I play goal attack and not goal defence.
It's one of the pretty positions, goal attack, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Yeah, made a living there. So they fire it back. Bachelor does brilliantly. Came on late to the scene. And obstruction again. This time it is on Grant. So they're attracting a bit of whistle, the Bull Sharks defenders. Need to clean that up, don't they, Joel?
They certainly do.
So
just making it a little bit too easy when they can take those set shots.
Back with the Bull Sharks. They're trying here. They love this left side. They go very down and narrow.
Well read by Misa.
Read that like the proverbial physics textbook. And came out flying through there. No?
Nice reference.
Not a good one? I'm sure you've read a few textbooks.
Oh, I have, yes.
Burns not happy with that pass. Had a little expletive there. Lucky we muted her. So.
But QUT not able to capitalise on it.
We've said that a few times tonight. So that is a brave pass. She went over Gribble.
There's Irvin's first.
Irvin. She can do it at both ends, and that is a Mizuno momentum shift.
Looked like a very comfortable shot there too.
Could this be the start if Keefe is playing well with Grant? Maybe next week we'll see Irvin start in the shooting spot. So, round 11 next week, the Bull Sharks have got Wildcats. So that's next Saturday. Have you looked at next Saturday, mate?
I haven't, no.
It's a plethora. 4 games back to back to back to back. 1, 3, 5 and 7. So that is just get your backside courtside to Nissan Arena. Buy some lunch at the canteen. Make sure you don't bring any money, just bring your cards. And enjoy. Oh, loose hands here. That was one that should have been caught. Just slipped out of Burns' hands. So 36-18. They're going 2-1 at the moment, the QUT side.
Lucky to not get the call for over a third there.
Was that from the baseline?
From the baseline, and
into the mid-third.
Mrs. Toes were just over the line.
You know, I saw that last week as well. I wondered if the rule had changed and I'm just not aware of it, but because it wasn't called last week in the game as well. Maybe it's just a hard one to call. Speaking of last week, QUT 67 defeated the Tigers 48 and the Bull Sharks 53 defeated the Rays 41. So both these teams coming in to this round with a win under their belt. And head-to-head, as QUT's a new franchise, they've only played once before and QUT won that one 51-34. Way back in round 2 on Anzac Day. It was up in Morayfield. And yeah, they won that one reasonably comfortably, 51-34, 17 the margin.
Now, I think I can see Sopo Limalama in the wing attack for QUT.
So, Sopo playing wing attack.
Deceiving.
She's normally a goal attack in this team.
That'll be the third wing attack that QUT have used.
Mixing him up. Paula doesn't mind running the bench. So, Fennell passes off. Irvin does well to get a hand on it. Wasn't expecting that. Here she goes. She's got it now. Gribble can't stop her and shoots long and swish.
Very smooth looking shot.
Linda Peterson might have unveiled another shooting star from the coast.
There's that turn and pass from Veve.
Oh, contact again, is it? Obstruction this time on
Adams Tahara waiting for the call there, I think.
Keefe. And the 90% shooter for the league gets another one. And she leads by 20, 39-19. And again, they love this left side, don't they? They go down this very narrow channel on the left side. And that's a hell ball.
Side of the court.
So, just QUT just starting to do what QUT does and pull away. This defence, 3/4 of netball and only 19 at this stage. That's a pretty impressive defensive effort, isn't it?
Absolutely. I did mention at the start, the defensive end.
You called it, and you've been proven correct. You also said a double-digit win to QUT, and you're on track for that as well.
I did say 15-17 when pressured. So it looks like that may not come to fruition, not unless the Bull Sharks really rein this back in.
So it looks like Bertacchini's come on at shooter for the QUT side. That's her now, the lefty. And she shoots and misses. She's playing against her old club, the Bull Sharks. Oh, that's a loose pass, and in traffic, Bertacchini does well. Scores against her old club. That'll hurt.
It's interesting to see here if QUT's approach into the circle changes at all. Not having the tall Adams Tahara to lob to.
Oh, a hell ball. That was a quickies 3. I think the fake pass by Bachelador made the umpire think she held onto it for a while. So Gilbert to get us underway again. They go long. Schuster with it now. This time they're going down the right channel. So you have to give credit to the QUT defence forcing the sides to the sideline.
Absolutely.
So
dictating to the Bull Sharks.
Being proactionary, not reactionary.
There's that lob in. So still going to persist.
Well, Bertacchini, like, I have no idea how tall she is, but she's not little, I know that. Like,
no.
She's quite tall.
It's certainly a much more even height matchup with Bertacchini in the circle.
And she does that on the baseline. That was an impressive move. Doesn't get the ball. It goes to Bachelador instead. And Bachelador scores again. So, by her standards, a fairly, quiet volume game.
Yeah.
Like, she's playing ridiculously well, but she's been more ball distributor this game rather than major shooter. Adams Tahara, of course, taking most of the shots. Oh, loose pass here. Sopo can't pull that one in. And Grant will get us underway. Oh, ping pong.
Fortunate.
Lucky came off Sopo's knee, I think. So, again, down this narrow channel, they finally find it in the mid. Probably need someone to punch through the middle, Joel. Is that how you break that up?
Yeah, I think that will. You're the more experienced coach, Millsy. You tell me.
Don't like to brag. So, this is a learning experience for you, Joel. I'm giving you opportunities here. So, yeah, I mean, like, you've got to come off the side. Like, you can't just persist going down a narrow channel. So, and then that drive right at the end, I think it was Schuster came up through the middle. That was probably the way it worked for them. So, Irvin, the sleight of hand. I call it magic for a reason, and that was a bit of sheer magic there, a la Irvin Magic Johnson.
Absolutely.
So, and another momentum shift there for Mizuno. It is 21 the margin, 12 at half time. So there's loose hands there, and that's a replay. And we've got a timeout, I think. Another caution. That's the third. That umpire, I think, has done them all.
Yeah.
So she's a bit caution happy at the moment. So was
See
that throwing the ball away?
I think it was, yeah. Batchelor were really not happy with the replay call.
And all she did was basically dropped it in the corner.
Well, I think there was a little bit more throw
off
the
the
end of the
force on
court.
there, you think?
I think there might have been.
Okay, well, there's the caution. It's justified.
Which I'm surprised, though, considering the scoreline. So I thought that
maybe angry at herself for dropping one. She probably thought she, should have caught first time. So Fennell gets another one back, and they look long. Oh, contact call here on Misser on Schuster. Oh, is that Misser? It is. So Fennell back-to-back goals, steps in on Gribble. That's not wise. We'll put that down as a pass to Irvin.
Certainly didn't look like a shot.
Irvin, I've got 3 from 3, but my stats aren't good because I probably missed about 12. So, and that's three-quarter time. A couple of late goals there to the Bull Sharks. Gets them back to 19. They lose the quarter by 7. So another good quarter there for the QUT side. They pick up 2 competition points. 1 quarter to go, Joel. We'll see what happens in the last when we come back from these very, very brief messages from our sponsors.
As a small-town girl from a tight-knit family, I was nervous about moving to the city to study at QUT. But I soon found my feet, thanks in part to the Uchiri unit, who help Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students like me adapt and thrive. At QUT, I've taken every opportunity that's come my way and was named the Queensland Law Society's First Nations Law Student of the Year. It's been a challenging journey, and QUT is helping me succeed.
Welcome back to the Tallabudgera Leisure Centre for this first game of round 10 in the HART Sapphire Series for 2021. It's the Bond University Bull Sharks. They're 4-5, sitting in the 4th place, taking on the very impressive QUT Netball 7-2 in 3rd. It's been all one-way traffic, really. It's the Bull Sharks. They started slowly, and QUT, they started slowly as well, and they came good, and it's now 41-22. My name's Dave Mills, joined in commentary by Queensland legend Joel Wise in the men's team. Joel, what are your thoughts on the first 3 quarters of this one?
QUT look like they have really got this under control. I mean, the scoreline definitely shows that, but as you said, they're a little bit messy to begin with, but they've really managed to tighten things up, and I think they're now just happy to get some of the bench players a little bit more court time.
There's the quarter time scores. 11-5, that was the first one. We call that one was pretty scrappy. 15-9 and then 15-8, so very consistent QUT, both offense and defense. As a coach, you're in these 1-point sort of games where there's no 2-point shot. If you get a 15-5 quarter, that's sort of what your goal is, and the QUT not far off that goal.
No, they've certainly been making the most of it at both ends of the court.
And Irvin has gone from goalkeeper to goal shooter. Riley Burns from centre to goal attack. What's going on down there?
I think it might be the old case of things not working and just trying different combinations to see if something will click.
So this, as we said before, first of 4 games tomorrow. There's Ava Black. She's injured for this one, we assume. Late withdrawal. And first of 4 games tomorrow. Have your brunch. Get up early. 5 to 10 we're on air. USQ Jets. They are sitting pretty in second. They're on a bit of a streak. They lost round 3 and haven't lost since. So they're on a streak. They're looking for 8 straight. They're taking on the Mendy Rays. That's from 10 a.m. 12 noon is the Courier Mail match of the round. That is the Tigers taking on the Cougars. Tigers desperate for win there. And, of course, from 2, Thunder and Wildcats. So Halida Veve gets us underway again. And we are off and running. And looks like there's been a change. Irvin's gone back to keeper. Joel?
Yeah, Adams Tahara back on as well.
So height for height, maybe. So
the Bull Sharks obviously not happy with the output in that 3rd quarter from Irvin as a shooter.
He didn't do bad, John, but it looks like Mackenzie Jordan back on. She's gone on at shooter. Tiani Fennels to goal attack, Schuster at wing attack, and Oxenford at centre. This is probably sort of fairly standard lineup for them now. So
going back to what they're comfortable with.
So here goes QUT in transition. Looks like a bit of a come from behind drill there as they bring the ball down the court. Veve can't keep it in, fires it in. Irvin gets her 4 millionth intercept of the game. And Bull Sharks again.
Is that your stats? Recording that there.
Yeah, ran an ink on that one. I think there's a few more actually. So 41-22 was the three-quarter time score.
Well left by Misa there. I think she pulled the hand back in time, realising the ball was going out, but might have just had a little touch on it.
Fingernail on it, you reckon? Oh, the ball stopped.
Yes, she
did
there indeed.
I thought our director was playing tricks with us then, was going to cut away from it, so we wouldn't be able to comment. So
it's one of those ones that, as an umpire, though, very difficult to call.
It is indeed. Don't forget, you can join us on the HART Sapphire Series Facebook page. Drop us a line, drop us a note. Tell us where you're watching from. 36,000 people watched the men's game last week from all over the world. We had massive following in England, thanks to the England Men's and Mixed Netball Association for promoting it over there. And we want the same sort of numbers here. We had 26,000 for a game just 3 weeks ago, so let's get these numbers up. And we thank you for your continued support on our live streaming services. Brought to us by Double Take Sport, the best in the business. Today it's Gina and her team, Jolie and Caitlin down at Talabudra, and we're here at Cooperoo. Seems weird, doesn't it? We're 85 kilometres away. And
it really does.
It's like we're there. So
my eyesight's just not as good as it used to be, so making it just a little bit more challenging.
Do you think we need a bigger screen TV? We'll put in a request. So if there's a sponsor out there, we're looking for some 42 inches. So Bachelor Door hasn't had a lot of volumes of shots today, has been more distributing the ball. Misses that one. Took a few more when Bertolini was on, but now that her shooting partner is back, she'll probably go back to that distribution role.
Yeah, I would say so. She does seem to get the second opportunity with a lot of those shots too. An obstruction call or contact and able to line up the shot again and doesn't miss the second time.
Keeps the percentages high, 75% coming into this game. So, great contest here. Oxenford on the deck. We've got to take it back 3 inches. Yep, there we go. So, I thought that if you took the penalty in the wrong spot, it was reversed.
That
seemed to be by the wayside.
Yeah.
So,
there certainly seem to be a few rules that interpretations change.
So the ball back with QUT. They're just doing enough at the moment. They're not playing exceptionally well.
No,
this one's kind of in the bag at 19 with only 11 to play.
Just playing comfortably.
I guess the big question is, are they going to take all the competition points, or will the Bull Sharks pull off this last quarter and get themselves 2? Of course, our competition, you get 10 points for the win and 2 points for every quarter you win as well, so you can get 18 per game. As Adams Tahara drains one from a bit of distance for her. I think Irving was preferring it when she was a shooter. It was a lot easier for her off that shooting end than it is right now.
Yeah,
so, Kenzie Jordan, yes, well done. Schuster called her to get closer. Smart play by those two, but she misses regardless.
Good move around the top of the circle, but just needed to use that space a little bit more effectively.
Yeah, she sort of
held
was on a real big arc when she could have cut back towards the post.
Yeah, exactly.
So Schuster was trying to get her to get in there. Look at the elevation there on
It's always good when a centre court player does have that awareness, though, to just hold the ball and direct their shooter to take that space closer to the post.
Keep going. And they abuse you. Yeah. So the ball back with QT. Irvin was hunting. Oxenford got a hand on it. I think Irvin was going to have a crack at that if Oxenford didn't. Yeah, no, actually that was going to happen because Oxenford was saying, talk to me. Gave her the signal. Call it out. Irvin gets it back to Sopo. Bachelor Door, that lovely high shot. She misses, but what do you say about that, my friend? One-handed, barely jumped. Left-hand at that.
It's almost what my older brother used to do as a kid. He'd just stand there and hold the ball, and there's no way I'm going to be able to jump and grab it off him.
How do you describe that? Like it was just almost like the Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Just ripped it in, yeah. There it is on replay. Look at that, one-handed.
Didn't even have to get the second hand there.
That is quite brilliant. That is a skill that is very hard to teach.
That could almost be the image of HART Sapphire series.
The new logo.
The new logo. So similar to the NBA logo with the
Jerry
West.
Yeah, nice.
Adams Tahara standing there controlling the ball with one hand.
It was impressive. Lucky we saw it on replay. Oh, hello, clash of bodies here. Fennell's run into Misa.
That's
got to hurt, and she is. Looks a bit
about
distressed.
That call. Misa controlled that ball. I would have thought that would have been the other way.
It's gone in the favour of the Bull Sharks. And there's Fennell. She's bounced back up. She's a tough cookie. Just in case Ricky Stewart's watching. Women are tough.
They certainly are.
Geez, we got some good press out of that, though, didn't we? I'm waiting for him to say something else. Get us back in the back pages. So Mizuno momentum shift there. QUT by 21.
I can certainly attest to the fact that, I mean, we've had a few training games against Jets and Wildcats this season. And
that's your stateside, yeah?
Yep. And certainly, it's not an easy game.
So
the women are very competitive,
particularly at this level,
tough.
we call it semi-professional. So these guys are training 4 times a week at least. Some of them more. If you're a shooter, they're probably doing more outside. All the shooters I've had in the com box I've asked, and they're all shooting every day. And half an hour here, 1,000 shots there. They do a lot of work.
Absolutely.
So it certainly changed. I was coaching at this level last time I coached. I was like about 2012, I think. And whilst we trained 3 times a week, but it just wasn't quite the same professional standard this is right now.
Yeah.
We still made the same mistakes like that, though. So some things don't change. So, but at the Jets there, like we do video analysis, but we had our own cameras, like we didn't have any of this live stream. I don't think even live stream existed then.
No.
So it wasn't a thing back then. So QUT with it now. Bull Sharks with it now after the QUT turnover. Margins 21. It was 19 at 3/4 time. We'll keep an eye on that for you to see if the Bull Sharks can pick up some points. Another call here. This time it looks like it's Schuster. Not agreeing with the call. She's one of the ones on a caution, yeah?
I think
her and Oxenford, the former captain, and Riley Batzeldor. So 3 cautions being given, all by that end.
Yeah.
So the end to the left of your screen. So Batzeldor with it, gets us going. Oh, Schuster does well. Sorry, Oxenford that was.
You just see by that the urgency with getting that ball, or the lack of urgency. I think that says a lot about where QUT are at the moment. They know they've got the game in the bag. Yeah, they're just on cruise control.
They just want to win this quarter and get out of there. And because they've got the road trip down at Talabudgera, last home game of the season, I believe, for the Bull Sharks. I see Steph O'Brien's watching. She played AFL today. I wonder how she went. It was a semi-final, I believe. Maybe she'll send us a little message telling us how she went. So a long bomb there from Mackenzie Jordan. Misses. Fennell gets the rebound.
Over Misser.
That's no easy task, is it?
Not at all.
So back with QUT now. This is better. Weber and Oxenford. Oxenford wins the battle. Pushes the Ferrari away. Nice. And there they go on there. It's that side. They like to be near the bench.
So it's not left.
No, it's just that side.
Far side.
Want to be close to the coach. It looks best on screen, I guess. So a goal here for the Bull Sharks.
That is a bit of a play for touch football, isn't it? That you run to the side that the bench is on so you can sub on and off. Maybe there's a few touch football players on the team.
There you go. I did not know.
Confused.
So that's a great pass in there by Oxenford on replay. So the Bull Sharks get a chance here to tie this quarter up. So, and now we've got a timeout again. So another, that was just a warning, I think, this time on Gribble. I don't know if it's a caution, the camera peeled away, but might be just a warning saying that's enough.
Was it it kind of looked like it was more just a general statement to all players?
So,
perhaps.
So the umpire's given, 3 cautions and a warning now. So trying to keep control at that end. Batchelor misses. She's missed a few of those long ones tonight. She has indeed, but a partner is there in Adams Tahara with the rebound. We've got a timeout here by, it looks like Paula Stewart, I think, has called that one for QUT. So we're going to try and listen in here. Paula will just be wanting to take care of this quarter. Margin's 21. They lead the quarter by 2. What are you saying, Joel, if you're the coach?
What would I be saying right now?
Sighing, eh?
Yeah, no,
Big sigh.
I'm just thinking, like I say, I think QUT are very much in cruise control at the moment. The urgency just doesn't quite seem to be there. I think it's just a matter of making sure they get into this game. I'm wondering if this is just to try and break up the momentum a little bit, try and gee them back up and get them back in the game.
Let's see if you're right. We'll listen in.
back straight, having a look, moving around, has taken that little bit of an extra step. Yeah. I didn't think so, but I'll have to have a look at it later.
So just wants to clean up a little bit there. That's kind of what we thought might happen. Just get out of here, like get the job done and get home.
Finish strong.
So grab a Big Mac on the way home from the drive-through.
Yeah.
So is that the sort of food of champions? Good recovery food.
I think there may be a few players doing that. I don't know that they'd admit that to the coach, though.
Indeed. So margin of 21. They lead the quarter by 2. QUT currently sitting on 18 competition points. That'll take them to 143, and they'll be in second place. And the Jets will play, of course, tomorrow, and they'll have something to say about that. So they're playing the Mendy Rays. So it's, but they'll be in second place at the end of tonight, which is pretty impressive effort for the new franchise in the league.
That's where they'd want to be at the end of this game. But as you say, results tomorrow will certainly shuffle the table up again.
It's hotting up this competition. There's still, well, probably 7 of the 8 sides in contention for semi-finals because you can get 18 points a game. If you go on a bit of a run, like the Bull Sharks did, they were towards the bottom of the table, then won 3 straight, got themselves in the
wide
fourth.
open at home there, Adams Tahara.
And Adams Tahara scores, making sure that they're going to win this quarter. 22 the margin, QT ball now. Dakota Newsom's been pretty solid in one of her rare starts.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of quick passes that haven't quite come off, but
what did I just see, Joel?
That range is getting further.
Stepped across as well. One-footed. We thought the one-handed catch was impressive. Here it is again. Newsom fires it in.
Good hold, good reach,
beautiful,
good
and then I'll just step across and take that shot. Boom shakalaka. Impressive effort. Shooting better than Ben Simmons is at the moment. And the ball back with Fennell. And another goal for her. She's had a big day out. Working as hard as she always does. That's the 50 up for the QUT side. And they'll be looking to push on a bit more here.
We're going to see a repeat. All right. Oh,
She
we
did
are.
again.
Wasn't
There it
quite
is.
as long a shot, but the same move.
So QUT averaging just on 57 a game. They're on track for that. And defensively, they only let in 45 per game, and they're keeping that well down at the moment. The Bull Sharks on 29.
And the Bull Sharks, what do they average per game?
Goals for are 42 and goals against 47. So
well below their usual output then.
Yeah, they're a little bit down on their output. So
do you think that's a significant factor of not having Ava Black there? Is that
Ava Black's more WD centre. She doesn't do a lot of feeding in the circle, but she definitely gives them that speed through the midcourt, which would probably open it up. I'm just not sure. I think they're just missing, to be honest with you, I just think they're missing the tall. Their shooters are all more than competent. Their percentages are high, but they just can't get the volume in. They don't get that easy, let's just throw it to the big person, sort of that QUT, that the Jets, that Cougars, they all have that easy option. So, and even if you go further, you look at the Suncorp Super Netball, Romelda Rake, and look at the Perth side, they've got the best shooter in the world. So, the Swiss played today, their shooter's massive. And when I say massive, I mean tall.
I did mention earlier that
they're all pushing 200.
That does seem to be the way that the game's progressing.
And we come from the men's game, and you look at that. What are you, 195?
194.
You're not considered big.
No,
at 194.
I'm actually the shortest of the 3 shooters on my team.
That's what I'm saying. When you got guys like Junior Levy, 219, and Patrick from New South Wales, Patrick Pillier, he's 217 or something like that. That's the sort of the way the sport's going.
Bachelor rolls that one in.
She does indeed. Margin back to 22. We've got 140 to play. It's probably enough to win the quarter for the QUT side, giving them all 4 plus the 10.
But the more critical thing, Millsy, can they get to the 27-goal margin that you predicted?
What is it at the moment? 22? Oh, probably not. That doesn't help. Damn you, Mackenzie Jordan. So she's had limited opportunities today, but she's got a lovely shot. So long ball in.
Was it a much more steady approach from Bebe then with that pass? Not the usual turn and pass that she usually throws in there.
So great work there. Irvin got up, made the missed shot. So, well, there definitely goes my 27. So back to 20. So it was 19 at the break. So a goal here ties it up. 3/4 time, the margin was 19.
Bull Sharks ball.
Bull Sharks with it. Schuster with it now. The experienced Schuster doesn't want to throw it away. And hell ball. Wow.
Another coach killer.
That hurts. That'll probably, unless they get a turnover right now. And, contact call. We've got time. 24 seconds to go according to our clock. Might be a little bit longer. Dakota Newson gets it. Oxenford. Backs to the door. Will she shoot long? She does. So the ball's still with QUT. We're inside the last 15 seconds. Baxeldor is not hurrying. He's definitely using the clock there. They're going to win this one. They're not going to let the Bull Sharks have another chance. So that went all the way back to the mid-third. No Bull Sharks players there. It was only QUT players. Time's up on our clock. There can't be long to go. For the cherry on top to Adams Tahara. She does it. She beats the buzzer. The margin's 21. 54 to 33. It looked like the Bull Sharks, they might have got a competition point, but alas, the experience of the QUT side, they get the turnover, they get the goal, and they win the match by 21. Joel Wise, thoughts on that one?
Yeah, look, as I said earlier, it seemed like QUT were very much in cruise control, particularly that last quarter and even somewhat through the third quarter as well. So I think comfortable lead. They were happy to just make sure they rolled on through and continue to just stretch that to win to each quarter. But yeah, ultimately an easy win for them.
The slow start for the Bull Sharks hurt them in the end. Like, you can't give QUT that many chances.
No, not at all.
They gave them a lot in that first quarter. QUT weren't their best in the first quarter themselves.
Yeah, no, lots of turnovers in that first quarter. Certainly reined it in, but still quite a few turnovers throughout the match. But ultimately, just a fairly comfortable win for QUT, I think.
So before we wrap it up, the best player for let's start with the Bull Sharks. Who do you reckon's their best?
Ooh, I think Irvin with all of her intercepts. She was able to disrupt the QUT ball a bit through there, but
and not just her intercepts.
Yeah, her shooting as well, or her shot.
Yeah, she had a couple. Yes,
had a couple. But yeah, so her work in attack as well. Again, I think that trying to change up the combinations on court to see if they could get back into the game.
They made a lot of changes in that side. I thought Shanae Grant was pretty good. Kristen Oxford as well. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think Irvin was probably the pick of them. Celebrating making the 19 side and playing accordingly. Let's talk about the QUT side. Ooh, Adams Tahara for me. What about you? Who's the best?
Look, I can't go past Lenora Missa. The pressure that she puts on the shot, the disrupting the passes into the circle. Always in the players' minds, I'm sure.
So, yeah, Lenora Missa, she throws doubt in the mind. So that wraps up the first game of round 10. Don't forget, 3 games tomorrow. It's the USQ Jets from just before 10 a.m. 5 to 10 we go on air. That's a.m., not p.m. 5 to 10 taking on the Mendy Rays. Courier Mail match of the round is at 12. That's the Tigers versus the Cougars. You can get a subscription to the Courier Mail for that. $5 a month, $15 for 3. You get the whole season for $15. That's great value. USC Thunder from 2 taking on the Wildcats in what will be a very interesting match. Now that the Bull Sharks have lost tonight, the USC Thunder, if they win that one, they'll climb back into 4th spot on the ladder. Take this opportunity to thank our incredible sponsors. Our principal sponsor is HART Sports. Our major partners, Legacy Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin, Powerade. Our official partners, Bondovite and Strappit. Gina and the team at Double Take Sports, they've done a great job tonight. This has been a great coverage. We had a bit of issues last time at Talabudra, not tonight. They've got it working well, and it's been a great coverage, and we're happy for you to join us. That wraps it up. Joel, thank you very much for joining me in the commentary.
Thank you, Millsy.
Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Don't forget, just on air, 5 to 10 a.m. tomorrow for 3 big matches, 10, 12 and 2. My name's Dave Mills. As always, people, it's bye for now, and be brilliant.